let's give it up to my man, Steve Saka. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Back up, back up. That lens ain't wide enough. Back up. There you go. Oh, he's looking limber.
I know.
Look
strong,
at you.
Strong.
Put it down right here. There you
gentle,
go.
Gentle.
There you go. There you go.
That's rented glass.
Yes.
Stevie.
How you doing, brother?
See,
Have
man.
a seat. Have a
Good
seat.
to
What's
see
up,
you,
my
my
man?
friend.
How you doing?
Fabulous.
This is a man who's obviously full.
Full?
He's happy.
Are you saying full of myself? Is that what
No.
you're saying? We starting off that way?
No, not at all.
Stevie, how was the trip down?
Let's not talk about that. I already told you I'm going to hijack this shit. So
Knock yourself out.
I got a few things. Look, there's very rare that I have the opportunity to talk to this many people. So I'm going to use it. Number one, I want to give a shout out to my factory partners at Hoyta, Nicaragua, and Nicaraguan American. What I do is not possible without them.
Yes. And they put up with you.
And you know what that means.
Yes. I mean, kudos to those guys.
Number two, I gotta thank the retailers that had faith in me, and you in particular, Abe. I mean, look, you got me on here with legends. You know, Carlito Fuente, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me?
What? You guys are just palling
crazy.
around. You're palling around in the lobby over in the green room.
Unreal. And number three, I have to give a shout out to all the people that smoke my cigars, because any success that I'm enjoying is because, not that they buy my cigars. Thank you. Please keep on them. I want your money. But
Oh, that's a new tune.
But it's the fact that they share their love and their passion for them with their friends and family. And I want you to know, I don't take it for granted. I really don't. I will always do my absolute best to earn that respect over and over again. And then, of course, finally, I have to, look, it's like a Grammy speech, right?
Right?
You get the hook.
Hey, you came out with your own Grammy Award.
Right. I got my own other thing, and that is I got to give a shout out to everyone in my company. I mean, we're a small crew. We're a small family company. You know, it's my eldest son, John. It's Yvonne. It's Dave Lafferty. It's Amber. It's Allie. We got Casey on the team now. I mean, but the number one most important person at Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust is my wife,
Amen.
Cindy Saka.
Amen.
Not only has she put up with my ass for 40 years almost, she is not my partner in life, she's my partner in the business. And she is absolutely integral to it. And I think she knows it, but I want everyone else to know it.
Good.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust would not exist if it was not for Cindy Saka. And I want you, babe, to know I know it. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
So, let's talk some cigars. Let's talk some tobacco. Or let's talk some smack. I'd rather do the smack.
Smack on who? I don't know what they fed you over there before you got here, but this is a different Steve Saka diet. Normally, I would expect it. Oh yeah, I had to fly in and get ready for this show.
No.
They had me come, and there was a makeup chair my right butt cheek couldn't fit into.
You know,
and
I noticed.
didn't know what to do.
I noticed that the
All right, we're going to go down this road.
priming, that this particular priming is about a 14, and I was hoping for a 16. With the,
You want to talk smack? I mean, come on.
What I don't understand is, as a fat man, I'm sitting next to him, for God's sakes, which is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
The only-
I made sure you sat next to me. I look pretty good right
I'm only
now.
glad that Kim isn't between us, because if Kim was between us,
well, that would at least balance out the couch.
I mean, good God. But you as a fat man, you got a desk.
Yes.
Me, I'm on full display.
Full display.
Oh my God.
Let me
full
help.
display.
Let me help.
Oh.
Now you can't see it, you know?
Wait,
hold on.
Tell me what you want for Christmas.
That's exactly what he said. Tell me what you'd like for. You know what he wants for Christmas? When Michael's launching his own new company this year,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
What he wants for Christmas is he wants all of you to try his cigars and give them a fair, honest shot. 'Cause
Amen.
This man works hard.
Amen.
He deserves it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great stuff, man.
Hey, I have a question. Can I open with one? Because I was thinking about this.
Floor
Steve.
is yours.
So you are a larger-than-life personality.
We're already in the fat jokes.
No. And you really have done an amazing job. Amazing job. Someone's drinking right now. You've always been incredibly ahead of the curve when it comes to engaging your community. In the early bulletin boards, all that. You've always done a great job. And I think people just associate you always with tobacco. I'm very curious. What did 16-year-old Steve Saka want to be? What were the dreams of a 16-year-old Steve Saka? Because for a lot of us that did not have the good fortune of like a Carlito story or a Newman story.
I know what it is. It was a Chippendale dancer.
No, it was. I wanted to bang Deborah Jo Fondren. She was like Playmate of the Year from like what year was that? She was like, oh my God. When I was 16,
You were
that's
better.
all I'm
You were
thinking
better
about.
off with Chippendale dancer.
I think maybe let me try the question again. I don't think I was quite specific enough.
You asked what I wanted when I was 16. I told you what I wanted.
He said what you want to aspire to be, not what to do.
Yeah, maybe. Career-wise,
You
if
know
I
what?
was thinking
Let
a little.
me say this. I have been somebody that there's never been any grand master plan. I enlisted in the Navy when I was 17.
Yeah.
Cindy and I got married 19. We had a baby almost immediately, and I've been a grinder. You know, I've always had to grind. I've always had to work. You know, my dad came to this country not speaking English. My wife's side of the family, her dad was a foundry worker. I mean, we were both very blue collar, and I've never lost touch with that. And you know, on the engaging with the community, I'm not engaging with the community. I am the community. I'm that guy. I'm still a cigar geek at heart. That's who I am.
For those of you that don't know, back when I moved to Florida in '97, '8, something like that, Steve was a patron in my first store. When I had one shop, he would sit in the shop. Hey, Steve. Hey. You got anything good?
Do you
to
really
smile?
believe that was my personality? Honestly, let's be serious. You're so full of shit.
But no, he was, and then you moved. You were living in Jupiter.
No. I wasn't. I was doing a job.
Work.
In Jupiter.
Okay, you were doing work
I
down
was
here.
down there for a long time, but we lived up in New Hampshire.
Okay.
I didn't move to Miami until I became president.
No,
of
but then
Sugar
you finished your work, so I didn't see you for years.
Right.
Then I'm on a trade show floor, and there's this guy who's just sitting in my lounge. I mean, who's this guy? And that's when you started working with JR.
Yep, Lou Rothman.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here?
He gave me a huge opportunity, and I don't know if Lou will see this, but shout out to you, my friend.
He's in town.
I
He's in
learned
town.
so much from Lou Rothman, and I can't say he was like a mentor kind of guy. He wasn't like, let me tell you how to do this, let me explain this to you.
Exactly.
He's one of those guys that every time he said something, you should be paying attention and listening.
Exactly.
Because you would learn something from him. And I was basically side by side with him for like 4 years, and I learned so much, and I'm so grateful. Because I was a huge cigar geek, I was huge into tobacco. But look, cigars, tobacco are part of what we do, but there's also the business of cigars.
Yeah.
And the business of cigars is what makes it such a hard challenge. So you can be the greatest cigar maker in the world, but you have to figure out how to get them to the people, and you have to figure out how to get the people to smoke them, and you have to figure out how to get the retailer to represent the brand. It's a tough gig, and you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. You've been through it, and we'll see what happens. But man, it's a rough gig.
So you just came back from Nicaragua.
Uh-oh. I just realized something.
What?
I forgot to thank David Lafferty on my team.
No, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did. You mentioned him by name.
All right.
But he's certainly deserving of another.
David Lafferty's amazing too.
Let's give it up for David Lafferty again.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I worked with Dave closely for a year or two, and
Yeah.
tremendous guy.
Dave's a great guy.
Tremendous guy. But you just got back from Nicaragua.
Yeah, I was the first white boy to make it back. How surprising is that?
Wow.
And how was it?
Let me say this. So I'm in Nika. I'm driving around the truck, right? People are yelling in the street, Saka! Saka! I thought I was hitting shit. Because they just hadn't seen anybody fat and white for like
That's
a year.
funny.
You know what I mean? So like the first 2 days, like everyone's just screaming my name out as I'm driving around
funny.
town.
That's great. But it's nice to be back.
Yeah, look, I have to be back. I'm a real hands-on guy. And to be honest with you, I'm way behind the curve for 2021. Everything I did in 2020 that got released was work that I had done in 2018 and 2019. So for me, I have to do it myself. It's part of what I do. And it's part of me being
I
a
get
pain
it.
in the ass. I'm
get
a pain
it.
in the ass. I know I'm a pain in the
I
ass.
get it.
But that's just the only way I can operate. I got to do it myself.
What are you most looking forward to in this spirit of returning to normalcy? What's the thing that you're most excited
I
to
know
sort
he's
of
not looking
get
forward
back
to is probably all the traveling. He hit the road a lot.
Yeah, I work the road. What I look the most forward to is to be able to take those monthly trips to Nika, because I really need to be in Nicaragua. about 7 active work days of every month in order to make sure that everything is going the way I want. This last year, we were doing the quality control checks on our end, and I probably destroyed maybe 10, 11,000 cigars, opening boxes, you know, because that's normally something that every month when I'm there, I can look at the production before it gets put in the boxes. And I haven't been able to do that. And look, when you're a small guy like me, obviously I know the jokes, but when you're a little guy like me, everything is stacked against you. The big companies, they have the shelf space, they have the sales team, they have the marketing dollars, they have the brand recognition. So the only thing that I can do is my cigars have to be not only as good as, but they must be better. They have to be better, because that's the only place that I can compete. Because at every other level, I can't compete. I just can't. And the only way that that's really possible is if I'm there. So that's the part that I'm looking forward to the most, is being able to just do my job the way I want to do it.
Well, I think it's fair to say, if we look at all of the ratings that came out this past year for last year, all of the lists, big and small, as represented by the Half Wheel Consensus, bro, your cigars are speaking for themselves.
I pay all those bloggers off.
Well, you do a hell of a
Checks
job.
in the mail.
A hell of a job. But I think your work is clearly paying off. You make great products.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In all seriousness, you know, the project we work on, did you ever think that Red Meat Lovers Club would have such I mean, look, I mean, we got beat up this year on it. I mean,
Yeah, and let me say this. It wasn't our goal. Look, I don't believe in limiting cigars. If people want to buy them, I want to make them. The only limit is if I can't make them the same quality and consistency, that's the limit.
Right.
So like with Red Meat Lovers, we had done that before. I had the materials, but we had to pull the trigger in March of last year to know how many to make.
Yeah.
And I don't remember March. We were like, is it a zombie apocalypse? We had no clue. So we're picking out a number of cigars that we're going to maybe sell in November, right? And we were conservative, and as a result,
well, we picked a middle number in between the 2 years.
But so, you know, it's not our goal to disappoint the consumer and them not be able to smoke a Red Meat Lovers.
I agree.
And I think we're going to find a way to fix that this year, aren't we?
We're going to announce it in March. In fact, I'll announce it here first. Everybody's watching the Great Smoke. What are we going to do in March? I'd already talked with Steve Saka. We're going to get, look, the one thing as a retailer I try to always say is, my job is to please people, right? I'm a make people happy person, not disappoint people. So there was a lot of people who didn't get a chance. And then there were some people who obviously, when you have cigars like this, we limited people, but they're aftermarket, so because there's such a high demand, so we're going to solve that problem.
Yeah.
We're going to take orders and reservations in March for a very little fee. You reserve your Red Meat Lovers. You don't have to worry about when it comes in, how it comes in, going to the website crashing, fighting everybody.
Love crashing your website.
Yeah, it's going to be crashing
It's been crashing all day.
It's been crashing all day. But yeah, for a very small fee, you could reserve your Red Meat Lovers Club. You can reserve how many you want, doesn't matter. And then when they come in, a link will be sent to your email. You can complete the payment.
Like a deposit.
Like a deposit, very small
great.
deposit. It'll automatically ship to you. It's the first time we're ever going to do it, but this way we won't disappoint anybody. You know, you'll have a 3-week window to go, no rush. You don't got.
And then I'll be able to start my production
and
in
we
March.
start the production, and we can make everybody happy who wants to be happy. And
great
have
idea.
enough Red Meat Lovers Club. So,
You guys are always thinking ahead.
yeah,
Good idea.
Yeah. We talked about it. Now, look, many times, Steve Saka and I are on top of business people. We're very personal friends.
We're good friends.
His wife is godmother to one of my daughters.
Which really pisses me off because I'm not the godfather to that daughter. I don't know what that says.
Yes. Yes. Well, anyways.
Yeah, just gloss over that.
We're good friends. Steve is always supportive, but you know, every time I come to Steve, I always have to do a 30-minute conversation until he finally just says yes. I even just try to say, why don't you just cut to the chase, because you're going to say yes anyway, but I still got to go through it. But this week, Steve Saka decided to hijack my event, throw his own little thing on it. He made his own raffle and prize. And what did I say? I say, do whatever you want to do, just let me know. I mean, hey,
And I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do it anyway. Didn't have to listen to anything, but tell our listeners, because I don't want to be the one to explain this. Right. Tell our listeners this
right.
added feature that you
Right.
basically
So
commandeered on your own.
If you're a ticket holder and you buy the limited edition, the DTT
Which we will talk
EX-38,
about,
which we'll talk about, you are instantly in a raffle for one of the mega Saka squatches. These are really, really rare.
Nice.
And These are only meant for stores. They cost me about $350 because of the mold cost on them. And so far, there's only one consumer that's won one in a raffle, and then there's that one whacked out chick that stole one from a cigar store.
Just gonna say, so two
Two of them
consumers
are out there. So if you buy that, you're in for that.
Awesome.
In addition to that, if you buy any of my products today, you're in a raffle for a $500 gift certificate from my friends at Smoke Inn to buy any Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust cigars
And you can
want.
buy it on either site, our normal smoke-in site.
That's true for the ticket holders, and that's true for the non-ticket
Right, for the
holders.
$500
You
gift
buy
card.
something today from Smoke Inn that I make, you're in for the $500 prize.
Which we will get you the data, and you will do the drawing next
That is
week and
correct.
announce
And
the
next
winners.
Friday, after you guys get your orders sorted out,
Yep.
tentatively we're saying Friday, but I
Yep.
know you're going to have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. No,
As
we'll
soon
get
as
it
they-
done this
As
week.
soon as they get me the numbers, I'm going to do a Facebook Live, and we'll figure out who's going to get the goodies.
Very cool.
There you have it. Steve.
Very cool.
Steve Saka making an already epic event more epic, so that's awesome. So, Steve, you know,
Uh-oh.
Oh! Who's gonna tell him no?
Carlito's got
It's
it.
yours. Make him sign it.
Yeah. Would you like me to sign that for you?
It's gone.
The masked bandit.
What Carlito doesn't know is he took my Saka Squatch. That's
Right,
from my
I
store.
brought it back from the store over here.
All right, so Steve, look, always working hard under pressure. You made this special release, or you had this. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so
I don't even gonna say
in-
it. DTT EX-38. Tell me about this.
This is a perfect example of how anally retentive I am. This is a blend that I started working on in 2016. There's a tobacco variety grown in Costa Rica that they typically call Morón. Morón is a San Andreas seed that they grow in Costa Rica. That's the name they give it. It's grown primarily as a wrapper crop, but they ended up with, there's always, when you grow tobacco, you end up with leaves of all different sizes. And there were a lot of little pequeño, really small, short, tiny leaves that you really couldn't make into a cigar wrapper. So I started playing with it as a lajero. You know, and it's got this, and I know this is not going to help sell these cigars, but I'm just going to be honest with you. It's got this weird kind of, like almost a musty, chocolatey, kind of soft red pepper nature. It's just a really unique taste. So I wanted to play around with it. So I started making this blend, and the EX stands for extraterrestrial because it's this weird tobacco that I had never done. I always, in the factory, I have to give it some sort of code name because they get confused because I'm always making so many sample ligas. And the 38 on it, this is actually the 38th iteration of this blend. I've never been satisfied with it. And I actually put it on the shelf in 2018 because I was just done screwing around with it. You know, you kind of work yourself into circles. I don't know. I put it on the shelf. Abe says, hey, I want something special for the Great Smoke. I'm thinking, you know what? That's a really weird blend. That's a unique blend. Who gets to smoke Costa Rica Morón as a Lajero? I don't think there's another cigar that I know on the market that's like that. And so I made these last minute. We made them on like December 10th. It was like literally the last couple days the factory was open. And I'm actually like, I'm now wondering what didn't I like about it because it's pretty fucking good.
It really is. Look,
There you go.
Steve shipped us 2 of these for product marketing, you know, product photography. And, you know, as confident as he's sounding today, like he calls me up and goes, what did you think? Now my response was, how would I know? I'm not opening these up. I got like 200 to sell to consumers. He goes, no, those are yours. Smoke them. And I got your 200 coming. And I smoked them. And actually it was, I posted that day. It was fire. So it was a good, it was a really, really good cigar. And everybody out there, here we go. The website's going to crash. 200 of these 10-count bundle packs are going on sale right now. Good luck.
Ding, ding.
Awesome.
There you go. Oh, so thank you very much, Steve. What else you got going on? What's the plan from here?
Man, right now, and God bless our customers. They got me in a tailspin. We are just so behind on Sober Mesa Brulee and Blue and Mi Querida and Umbagog and Sin Compromiso. I'm so thankful that I'm just Man, I just got to work. I got to grind harder. I got to work harder. That's all there is to it.
Well, it's okay. I'm going to throw that gopher project. What is it? Was it gopher or beaver? What was it you said?
No, you want the woodchuck.
The woodchuck. The woodchuck, yes. I heard the woodchuck story. I'm like, all right, I want that cigar.
Yeah.
We're going to make that cigar. The woodchuck.
We're gonna make a woodchuck. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy
What was that
year.
story? You saved the woodchuck on the side
No,
of the road?
that wasn't what it was. I had this woodchuck. It's living under a shed. It destroys everything. It eats everything. It's a big fucking rat, is what a woodchuck is. So I catch the wood. I had the woodchuck. I'm trying to shoot the woodchuck. Woodchuck's smart. This woodchuck was in Caddyshack, right? Can't get this woodchuck. I finally catch the woodchuck. Well, it's a woodchuck. I'm gonna shoot it. So I put a picture online, and next thing I know, I got people going, "You can't kill the woodchuck. That's terrible. That's this. That's that. Boom, boom, boom." And just so everybody out there understands, most places you're not legally allowed to relocate a woodchuck because they're considered a nuisance.
Oh, really?
Okay. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page. 8 people complained at me. It cost $375 for the animal people to come in and relocate the woodchuck. Here you go. Go to this web link. Donate $25. You're telling me that I'm worse than Hitler. Here's a chance. Put your money where your mouth is.
Save the woodchuck.
And if I raise the $375, I'll donate another $375 to my local animal shelter. I wasn't being cheap.
Right.
It's just, I was like, this doesn't make sense. You know what? Of those 8 people, not a single person donated a single penny. All right? They took the time to tell me how evil I was,
right.
but they didn't even make a $5 GoFundMe contribution to save the woodchuck.
Right.
So all words, all bullshit. So I reached out to my cigar pals, and I can't even remember. We raised like $4,000 for the animal
Are you
shelter.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow.
did it in like 48 hours.
And what happened to the woodchuck?
Woodchuck, this very, very nice-looking lady driving a Subaru came and took the woodchuck and
Woodchuck
said
is
she was
relocated.
going to relocate it. I don't know what she did if she drove it off my property. I mean,
Well done.
The woodchuck is still chucking wood.
yes, the woodchuck is still chucking wood.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Steve.
I appreciate it. Everybody give it up for Steve Saka.
See you, brother.
I appreciate it, my man. Thank you, Stevie.
Oh, no, thank you, brother.
Thank you. I love you. Love you. Thank you so much.
Exit stage left.
Right.
I'm going there.
Right.